please join me in welcoming Bruce James Francisco.
So let's talk about the mind. It all starts with the mind. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds of last century, once said, imagination is greater than knowledge. Everything that ever was or ever will be is all contained within our minds, and we all have access to it. And when you learn how to tap into that, one, you feel amazing, and two, this creative process comes out of you.
This process, most powerful skill in your arsenal. Bottom line is, get ready to have fun, be inspired, and take an entrancing journey of the mind. Let's make a little noise. Let's get excited.
It's good to be here today.
Well, let me tell you something. As you know, I serve as the president of UFCW Local 464A, and we represent 15,000 members in New York and New Jersey. And we had the pleasure today of having you participate in our Shop Stored seminar and do your presentation. And it was absolutely awesome. You had the audience eating out of the palm of your hand, and it was one of the most dynamic presentations we ever had. I would be hard-pressed not to recommend you to anyone that's looking for a dynamic presentation. I think the audience also was so involved and so engrossed, and the time that we allotted just flew. It just flew. Before we knew it, it had concluded. But again, I want to thank you. You've made our seminar very successful, and I'm sure our members are going to talk about this in the weeks to come.
Let's face it, one thing we all have in common here, we all have this thing called the human mind. We function with it every day, yet to the degree of our happiness and joy and our prosperity in our life has a lot to do with how we understand our mind. But think about it, the mind. We never really had an instruction manual for the mind, but if we did, what would it have shown us to make our life more powerful, more effective, and less distracted by the stresses of everyday life?
What your experience here today?
Just you talking, I was able to take out all distractions. I've been under an extreme amount of stress. I feel very light right now. I haven't felt like that, and I don't know how long. Just listening to you present, just watching the show, it was really amazing. Thank you.
You watched the show. How about you? How do you feel, if you don't mind me asking?
I feel different. Very calm, very relaxed. I just was very open and free to whatever was asked of me, and it was just a really nice feeling.
That's nice. I hope you can stay. That'll stay with you, I think, for a while now.
Yeah, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I can, but anyone else want to comment?
Yeah,
Do you mind?
I felt like I was surrendering, and I surrendered to all resistance I felt, and my higher self came about. So
You reminded you. That's what it did.
It felt amazing.
How can I remind you of something you didn't know?
It's true.
Yeah.
That was very powerful.
And do you mind?
Yes, no. You reaffirm me. I'm a cancer survivor just out of chemo just 4 months ago. So my survival and my coexistence, overcoming was in my mind, that I was healed. And what you showed me just reaffirmed that.
Good, I'm so proud of you.
It's in your mind. The healing is in your mind.
Like right now, what do you all see? Speak up. Speak up. Okay, I didn't ask anyone to look at my hand. The point is, we get so hypnotized by our problems because we're so caught up in our heads that we forget to see everything that's sitting right in front of us. And so that's why you want to be aware and know what that means. So meditation kind of is like, think of it as virus software for your mind. Keeps you centered. Meditation lets you know the difference. Mindfulness lets you live the difference when necessary. Do you remember before the internet, you would have a computer and you never had a problem with that computer because it was just a computer. But once they started networking it to other computers and then the internet, now you got to worry about viruses. And that's what our minds are like. We accept suggestion all the time. And how many people here get stressed out with everyday life occurrences? Raise your hand. Okay? Wouldn't it be amazing to have the tools to take the stress of everyday life and simply turn it into a calm mind. Chris, you're who are you, and tell me what just happened.
I'm the VP of this group that's having a holiday party. It was great. Bruce was fantastic. He allowed our team to sort of relax, show their true inner self, and everybody had a fantastic time.
Cool. Well, thanks so much. I hope I inspired your group in the way that's so positive.
We did. Thank you very much, Bruce.
Thank you.
Hi, Casella. What would you say? How do you feel after that experience?
I feel great. It was a great experience. I feel relaxed. I don't know.
What would you say to somebody who's like afraid to come up?
Just do it. It's fun.
Thanks. And hey, what's your name?
Dave.
Dave, of course. What would you say? How do you feel? What was this experience like?
Super relaxed. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just like a very good relaxing feeling.
You feel like you've got some good positive stuff in you now?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thanks so much for coming up.
Of course.
And how do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah?
Yes, it was a good experience. I feel relaxed. It was a lot of fun. It was great team building, and I really enjoyed it.
Cool. And you? What did you say?
I feel very relaxed. I came into this not knowing what I was going to experience, but I let it go and I just went with it, and it was great.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming up, you guys. You guys are great. What would you indicate to you about the power of the mind?
I think the mind is an amazing place. I think you could do anything you want to do right now. I just saw it. It's amazing.
Stress in the workplace. The truth is, us humans, we're very hypnotically suggestible creatures, and stress is becoming subject to that which you react to. And with this crazy life of stress, it's like the energy of the sun. We're scattered off in all directions. But when you learn to understand what it means to contain your mind and how important that is, you understand what it means to focus your direction, focus your attention very powerful in one direction. Because the loss of efficiency when people are stressed out, it's just amazing. And bottom line is, it affects the efficiency of your crews. But
I'm great.
tell me about your experience today.
I want to thank you. It's amazing the power of the mind, and I think it's something that I can use in everyday life.
Great.
I deal with, I'm a social worker, and I deal with a lot of residents in distress, and there are ways to keep people calm and reframe and reassure, and there's a lot to learn with the hypnosis.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Tell me about your experience.
I enjoyed it very much. First of all, I didn't think that I was the type that could actually allow myself to go deep, and I surprised myself. I saw beautiful color in my mind, and I actually envisioned myself in the future when I was feeling very indecisive about my life. So it was very powerful to me, and I feel very energized and very excited now about my future. So thank you very much.
What would you say about the message in the seminar overall?
I thought the message was wonderful, that we are hypnotized by all of the things around us, and we do have control of what we decide to take in and what we decide to leave out. And as a recreation therapist, it's going to help me very much dealing with my patients and my residents, knowing that I can make a little bit of a difference there for myself as well as for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just saw you hypnotize people, friends of ours, and it was truly amazing. I've never seen anything like that before. It was strong, it was powerful, it was relaxing. Everyone enjoyed themselves. No harm, no foul. And at the end of the day, everyone was very relaxed and truly amazing. So awesome job, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Well, I would say that this was one of the best things we could have possibly done for this group today. We needed the motivation. We needed to come together and laugh. We needed to see ourselves in a little different light, and I think everyone took away from this not only the fun, but also the idea that we have some power, because as a group, we've been struggling with that, and I've had a lot of people say to me, this is exactly what we needed today.
Cool.
Terrific.
Who are you? What do you, just tell me.
I work for the state of Connecticut. I'm a manager. This is a group of managers, a small group in the state, and I manage at an agency, and I have people that I manage, and most of the people here manage people. We're not high-level managers. We're mid-level managers, which makes us kind of getting it from both ends. So most of us, I'd say all of us, come here dedicated to what we do, trying to improve lives for the state of Connecticut, and this gave us the boost that we needed.
Cool. Well, it was a pleasure
Thank
working
you so
with you.
much.
Thank you.
Your pleasure.
But I'd like to ask you up front. I mean, let's face it, one of the most interesting, most powerful, most wonderful, most misunderstood gifts mankind will ever know is the human mind. And we all have one. And we function with it every day. And we never had really an instruction manual, did we? So we kind of figured it out the best we could. Have you ever had like an app on your phone or something like that, or a program on your computer, and you kind of thought you really had it mastered until someone a third your age comes up? And they go, why are you doing that? All you need to do is this. And you go, that's what it's like. And so if you listen carefully, you learn how to use the power of your mind to focus on exactly what you want for yourself.